Alright, so it's almost MLK Day, which means I sure as hell am not missing my one day off of work to go traveling. So this year, I'm going somewhere everybody is talking about.
Russia.
I saw nothing. No, I saw...
Travel is a lifestyle, but sometimes it's hard to unplug from life back home. No matter where you are on your life's journey, if you travel aggressive, there's no limit to where you could go. So let me show you how. So for real, I don't think I know anybody who's actually ever been to Russia except like the dude you hear about on NPR every day. And the thing is, it's not actually that easy to get there. Alright, so the first thing you're gonna need to get into Russia is a letter of invitation. This used to be literally a letter from an individual who was responsible for hosting you inside the country. I think it's kind of a Soviet holdover, but most hotels can offer this letter for you. Just check ahead of time to make sure that when the hotel offers you the letter, that it's offered for the entire time that you're staying in Russia, not just the days that you're at the hotel. So once you get your letter of invitation, you can apply for a visa. Now, this is pretty much just a bureaucratic mess. Actually, it's cheaper to use a visa service than it is to mail it in and do it yourself. It's quicker and easier, and they know what they're doing and they can get it done for you. There's a lot of great places online that can do it, or brick and mortars. An easy Google search will help you out to find a visa service. So if you're starting to think that all this jumping through hoops for the visa sounds expensive, offset your costs by redeeming airline miles. So this trip cost me a total of $40 to get to Moscow. There's no hacks here, just get an airline credit card that works for you and convert every dollar you spend into airline miles.
Welcome to Moscow.
The first thing the border agent said to me is, "Good luck." Good luck with what? What do you think, comrade?
Keyword, eerie.
Now all we need is a hat.
Yep.
Dude, this is great. You can go on a spinny ride right next to Lenin's embalmed body. Lenin wasn't even supposed to be embalmed for forever. They just kind of left him out. I think they were oh shit, well I guess we might as well just keep him. But then when Stalin died, they did the same thing to him until Nikita Khrushchev was we don't actually really like Stalin that much because he killed tens of millions of people. So
let's go visit.
Lenin, they just took Stalin out of there and literally just put him over there.
So he's frozen right now. Oh, hello.
There he is. I'm just absolutely enamored with the weirdness. We're just having our Christmas market next to our big department store. Oh, and yeah, the founder of our deposed government is just hanging out over there dead, Oh, and we didn't really mean for him to stay there that long, but we can't quit now. Oops. Here's the weirder thing. All the other communist countries did the same thing. There's a Mao one, there is a Ho Chi Minh one, Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il one.
Even in Laos.
Is there a Lao one?
I think there is.
Severe what the f mode. It already smells like eggs and
fish and more fish.
This place is the OG gum store. Food court, I guess, because in Soviet Russia there ain't no Sbarro. Which one do I want to start with? Alright, this is aspic. It's meat jello. It's cold chicken soup.
It's cold during the winter. You eat a cold piece of fish.
Meat jelly.
Maybe you're supposed to put it in the microwave.
Okay, this one is called herring with fur coat, and it's a monstrosity of beets. It's a mayonnaise-y beet fishy thing.
Not my cup of tea.
First Russian caviar.
Go for it.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Very fishy.
The fish level is like pretty high. Oh God.
What's this?
Dry fruit drink.
Oh, that's funky.
Let's clean the palate with this pancake.
Yeah, have at it.
That's really nice. At first I was afraid of that. Get something to drink. Cheers.
Like almost a herbal thing, but it kind of tastes like fake chocolate.
Ew.
Like Tootsie Rolls. I actually don't know how to get out. Ooh. Shit, you almost ate shit. You ever seen like rankings of like the best subway stations in the world?
No, I have not.
Oh, well, Moscow always wins. The Soviet government like tricked out the subway. They built all the stations with this concept of like people's palaces. But it's a good way to warm up if you got a day pass on the metro, which is like almost free. This place is called VDNH, like the Soviet Expo Park.
So what is this?
Memorial to Cosmonaut. Okay, I want to see you try this space borscht. Oh my God, that is bad.
Would think of buying this and bring it to space. Dead.
That guy up there? There's 7 of them, and they're called Stalin's 7 Sisters. Stalin was embarrassed that after World War II, that if tourists came to Moscow, that there wouldn't be like any tall buildings. So he built 7 of these like big Stalinist things. The biggest one was supposed to be the Palace of the Soviets, which would have been the tallest building in the world, and it never got built. Womp womp. This place is called Granichnia, and it's like Soviet nostalgia. Everything here is like Soviet era, but it's also a chain, so it's like Russian Applebee's or something, you know? Do you want another borscht?
No borscht.
Okay, this one I don't need to wash out with snow in the ground. This one's good. You're trying this after, right?
That is way better than
Good, right?
what we had earlier this afternoon. This is really good.
What's better, Applebee's or... Okay, so we're gonna crank our metro tour up a few notches.
Pro tip, drink vodka.
We're going to these Soviet OG places, basically like just a little ration vodka bar. Okay, these things are off the beaten path enough that I found them on the internet and just had to save their address because they don't like have a Google.
What is this called?
Дружба in Russian. Yes.
Little vodka bar.
Eatery, cafeteria, yes.
We got like vodka for like less than $1. Old school.
Old school place. Yeah, exactly so. Savas.
Excuse me. You look like from NATO countries, spies.
Huh?
You look like correspondent or spies from NATO countries.
No.
No NATO?
No.
No NATO?
No.
Just tourists.
Yes. Whoa, that was intense.
Quick recap. So far, we have been asked if we are spies. We said no. I was concerned that that our room would be bugged, and I mean, like, it's 2019, but what is that? Direct line to Vlad. Is Mr. Vlad Putin there? Okay, so in the 80s, my uncle told me that he came to Moscow. He said somebody like slipped him a note, and the note said, "Meet me at this exact location under a bridge, and I will buy the Levi's off of your legs."
And did he
he showed up and he sold his Levi's to this person, right? But that's how thirsty the Soviets were for like anything, right?
How thirsty are like the locals for my Christian Louboutins?
Welcome to Russia! Go for it!
Социализма перед капитализмом.
For all of us here at ABC News, good night.
Spasibo.
All of the staff have been taught to smile relentlessly, all the time.
McDonald's, I'm back at it.
All right, so this shit was the first McDonald's in the Soviet Union.
I smile to anybody and they say, "Oh, what's wrong? What has happened? Why do you smile?" They think that I'm laughing at them.
This is like a weird Soviet hangover. It's like the Fallen Monuments Park. There's a lot of like Soviet stuff that's still up, but apparently the ones that they didn't like when they tore them down, this is where they went to live. So, there's Stalin with his nose broke off. That church over there, it used to look just like that. Because the Soviets didn't have religion, like the government was the religion, you know? They blew that shit up. Remember when I told you about the Seven Sisters yesterday? They were going to build the biggest one right there on the like ruins of the church that they blew up, and they never built it. They turned the foundation of the tallest building in the world into a swimming pool. And it was the biggest swimming pool in the world. And like apparently people got murdered in it, but anyways, so after the Soviet era, when Vlad came to town, they rebuilt this church essentially just like how it was, you know, originally, so. Oh, and also this is where Pussy Riot like got arrested, so. Jesus is back, y'all. Vlad has a certain relationship with the church because it's so important in Russian life that I feel like the Soviets tried to squeeze it out, and it definitely did not go away. Political activism in Russia. One of the main critics of Vlad, Boris Nemtsov, he made the news when he got shot right here. If you don't like Vlad, you might get shot. This is super spooky.
You can say freely for the sake of resistance.
The Soviet stuff was really cool, very spooky.
Way better than, that is better than the Soviet cafeteria.
And now we moved to New Russia.
Спасибо.
Wow, Crazy Rich Asian, delete Crazy Rich Russians. Check. If you look out the window, you have 4, 5 plus of the Seven Sisters, and you also have like these buildings that are changing colors like Vegas. Russia is a place that everyone like wants to be concerned about you going to, you know? Hi, I'm going to Russia in January, and the first thing I hear is why? Why not? I tell people why not. It was hard to get a visa and stuff, but the whole purpose about traveling is you learn about the culture, you step back from whatever culture you're from. Coming up on Travel Aggressive.